Have you ever stopped to wonder why you were born in the exact month you were? Not the year, not the day, the month. 12 seemingly ordinary divisions of a calendar, yet across cultures, religions, and even modern psychology, your birth month has been tied to your identity in ways that defy logic. In Japan, children born in April are believed to be leaders. In ancient Greece, each month was associated with a god and a destiny. And in modern behavioral science, studies suggest that your birth month can influence everything from your career path to your personality traits, and even your risk of developing certain illnesses. But is this all just coincidence? Or is your birth month a kind of cosmic fingerprint, carrying clues about your life path, hidden patterns, and even your purpose? In this video, we're going to explore the real meaning behind your birthday month, through science, ancient wisdom, and a surprising decoding system that links numbers to energetic archetypes. By the end, you'll see why you were born exactly, when you were, and how this knowledge might help you understand yourself more deeply than ever before. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover may change how you see your entire life story. Across centuries and civilizations, people have believed that the timing of your birth is no accident. It's a belief that weaves through spiritual texts, astrological systems, and ancient calendars. In ancient Babylon, scholars tracked planetary movements with obsessive precision, believing that the month of your birth aligned you with the stars and divine cycles. To be born in the first month, for instance, was to carry the spirit of new beginnings, bold, restless, and destined to lead. In Chinese culture, your Bazi chart, or 4 pillars of destiny, uses your birth year, month, day, and hour to determine the energetic blueprint of your life. The month specifically reveals the inner you, your emotional nature, talents, and how you relate to your family and ancestors. And in ancient numerology, the number of your birth month was more than just a date. It was a vibrational frequency, each with a specific meaning and life lesson. Ask yourself, what if your birth month wasn't random, but a message written in code, subtle, powerful, and deeply personal, as if the universe was assigning you a role to play before you even took your first breath? Pause and reflect. What ancient energies might be hidden in your birth month, waiting for you to awaken to? Them, like this kind of spiritual decoding. Drop your birth month in the comments. Let's see how many people share your number, and if they resonate too. While ancient wisdom gives us symbolic meaning, modern science offers surprising data to support the idea that your birth month might shape you more than you think. Studies in psychology and behavioral science have uncovered consistent patterns. For example, a landmark study published in the Journal of Social Sciences found that people born in January and February tend to display greater self-discipline and a higher likelihood of becoming CEOs. Why? One theory suggests it's because they were among the oldest in their school year, often taking on early leadership roles. Children born in summer months, on the other hand, were found to score higher in creativity tests, but were also more prone to mood fluctuations, possibly due to irregular schooling or hormonal factors linked to early development. And get this, researchers at Columbia University found that your birth month may even affect your health risks, with certain months statistically associated with higher chances of asthma, ADHD, or heart conditions. But let's take a step back. Could it be that the season you're born into subtly shapes your environmental exposure, education track, even social experiences, creating ripples that echo through your personality for life? It's not just who you are, it's when you are. Think about that for a moment. Is your impatience, your ambition, your anxiety part of a seasonal imprint you've never even questioned? Numerology breakdown, the 12-month energies. Let's shift from science to symbolism. Because in numerology, numbers aren't just digits, they're energies, archetypes, keys, and your birth month, as a number from 1 to 12, holds deep meaning if you know how to read it. Let's decode what each birth month represents energetically, and you might just feel like your life finally makes sense. January, Fern, the initiator, you are a spark. A pioneer, a born leader. People born in January carry the energy of beginnings. They often feel an inner urgency to start something, whether that's a business, a movement, or a new version of themselves. But their shadow, loneliness. The path of the pioneer is often walked alone. February, 2. The peacemaker February. Souls are intuitive, sensitive, and emotionally intelligent. They're often the mediators in family or work dynamics, quietly holding space for others. But beneath that calm is a deep well of feeling. They must learn to speak their truth and not disappear in the name of harmony. March, 3. The creative voice ruled by expression and imagination. March-born people often have artistic gifts, writing, speaking, performing. But when that creativity is blocked, they can spiral into self-doubt or escapism. Their life path is about embracing joy and staying rooted in purpose. April, 4. The builder strong, grounded, and determined. April individuals are often the backbone of their communities. They crave structure, stability, and results. But too much control can harden them. Their lesson? To allow life's chaos to guide their inner growth. May, 5. The adventurer freedom seekers at heart. Mayborns are curious, witty, and always craving change. But restlessness is both their gift and their challenge. Discipline will either make them or break them. June 6th. The nurturer. June carries the archetype of the caretaker. These individuals often find themselves protecting others, emotionally, financially, even spiritually. But if they forget to care for themselves, burnout and resentment can set in. Their healing comes through boundaries. July 7th. The Fry Seeker. These are the mystics, the thinkers, the inner world travelers. July people crave depth. Surface-level conversations bore them. They're always asking, but why? They must be careful not to isolate in their quest for meaning. Life wants them to share their wisdom. August, Asim 8th. The powerhouse bold, charismatic, and often drawn to leadership. August-borns carry the energy of abundance and influence. But with power comes responsibility. Their challenge, to lead from the heart, not the ego. September the 9th. The old soul-wise. Beyond their years, September people often feel like they've lived many lives. Service, teaching, and healing are common callings. But their empathy can become overwhelming, making solitude a necessity, not a luxury. October 10th. The mirror. Those born in October reflect back the truth of others. They're charming, balanced, and deeply relational, but in trying to keep everyone happy, they can forget who they are. Their path? Radical self-honesty. November 11th. The intuitive. Visionary. November is the master number of spiritual insight. These people are dreamers, empaths, and quiet warriors. They often sense things others miss, but can struggle to trust their own voice. Once they do, they become forces of light. December 12th. The Illuminator. The final month holds the culmination of all the previous energies. December-borns are often wise, joyful, and spiritually attuned, with a deep sense that they're here to share something important. But distraction and overstimulation can scatter their energy. Their power lies in focus and service. Pause here and reflect. Did any of these resonate? Or describe someone you love perfectly? Comment your birth month below. Let's see which numbers are showing up most in our community. Now that you've seen how each month carries its own energy, we have to ask, why were you born when you were? Is it just biology, chance, or something more mysterious, something vibrational? Spiritual teachers from both East and West propose a profound idea. You didn't just arrive on a random day. You chose it. Before you were born, before form, before flesh, your soul selected the timing of your arrival based on the frequency your life needed. In Buddhist traditions, it's believed that the moment of birth is not accidental, but karmically aligned, a crossroad of your past causes and future lessons. You enter during a particular vibration of time to encounter exactly the challenges and gifts that will awaken you. Some spiritual psychologists call this the soul contract of time. According to this theory, each month vibrates like a tuning fork. and your soul resonates with the one that best fits your journey in this life. Think about it. If your life were a piece of music, your birth month is the key signature. The rhythm of your emotions, the tone of your relationships, the tempo of your transformation. You may have noticed certain patterns. Why are you always drawn to teaching, or creating, or healing? Why do you struggle with boundaries or staying still or trusting others? It's not about blaming your month. It's about understanding the curriculum you signed up for. Imagine what would happen if you started living with your birth energy, instead of against it. If this idea resonates with you, write "I chose this time" in the comments, and let's honor the wisdom of your arrival, aligning your life with your birth month energy. So now that you know the energetic blueprint of your birth month, what do you do with it? This isn't just a fun personality quiz. It's a map, and like any map, it's only useful if you follow it. When you align your choices, habits, and even your healing practices with the natural frequency of your birth month, life begins to feel smoother, less forced, more like flowing downstream than paddling upstream. Let's look at a few examples. Born in April, 404, the builder. You thrive on stability, so don't force yourself into chaotic environments just to stay busy. Instead, build systems that support your long-term goals, like a weekly routine, a savings plan, or structured time for relationships. Born in May, 5th, the adventurer. You need freedom like others need air. If you don't make space for change, travel, or creativity, your spirit starts to suffocate. Build flexibility into your life, even if it's just changing your workspace or starting a new side project regularly. Born in November, 11th, the intuitive. Your gift is spiritual sensitivity, but that can turn into anxiety if you don't ground yourself. Prioritize meditation, nature walks, or time alone to recharge. Your intuition is a superpower, but only when it's not overwhelmed. Each month comes with strengths, but also shadows. Your job is not to fix who you are, it's to integrate the parts you've been resisting. When you deny your natural energy, life feels heavier. You'll keep attracting lessons through struggle, but when you live with your core energy, making decisions that honor your design, life starts to respond in ways that feel synchronistic. Your relationships become more supportive. Opportunities align. Your emotional patterns shift. You stop fighting against your path and begin walking it consciously. In the comments, tell us, what part of your birth month energy are you ready to embrace more fully this year? Let's hold each other accountable. What if your birth month isn't just a reflection of who you are, but also a clock? A spiritual calendar that marks when certain energies are more active for you, year after year. This idea might sound out there, but stick with me. Many ancient systems, from astrology to Ayurveda to Celtic tree calendars, teach that time is cyclical, not linear, and that we all go through life phases that repeat in patterns, often aligning with the same month we were born. Here's the wild part. Have you ever noticed how certain things always seem to happen to you around your birthday month? Big life changes, unexpected opportunities, deep emotional shifts. That's not a coincidence, that's it. That's your return window, your soul's energetic new year. This return is like a spiritual software update. Some years it's subtle, a new insight, a small pivot. Other times it shakes your life to the core, forcing you to grow, surrender, or finally let go. Let's break it down. Months 1 to 3 after your birthday. These are typically times of new beginnings. You may feel energized, inspired, or even impulsive. Months 4 to 6. This is the building phase, where you stabilize, commit, or hit resistance. Months 7, 9. Here come the tests. Life will throw situations that challenge your alignment. Are you walking your path or avoiding it? Months 10 to 12. Deep reflection. Often a time of endings, evaluation, or preparation before the next cycle begins. Knowing this, you can start planning your growth, goals, and healing around your natural rhythm, instead of society's calendar. Imagine using your birth month as your spiritual compass, navigating not just who you are, but when you are most supported to shift, heal, or begin again. Time becomes your ally, and your birth becomes your map. If you've ever had a major breakthrough, breakdown, or awakening around your birthday, drop a in the comments. Let's compare notes. By now you've seen that your birth month holds more than just a place on a calendar. It's a signal, a vibration, and possibly even a roadmap. But how do you actually use this knowledge in your daily life? Here are 5 practical ways to align with your birth month energy and live more intentionally, more powerfully, and more in sync with your nature. Start your personal year in your birth month, not January. Forget the New Year's hype in January. Instead, treat the first day of your birth month as the start of your own personal new year. Use that month to reflect on what you learned in the last 12 months. Set clear, intentional goals. Realign with who you're becoming. This recenters you as the author of your story, not a passenger in someone else's calendar. Embrace your strengths. Don't fight them. Instead of trying to become someone you're not, work with your natural traits. For example, if you're a March 3 and crave creativity, make space every week to express. If you're a July 7 and need solitude, stop apologizing for needing quiet time. If you're a December 12th, don't scatter your energy, focus it, and lead. There's power in honoring how you're wired. Watch your shadow season, 6 months opposite your birth month. Ever notice how things feel off a few months before or after your birthday? This is called your shadow season, the halfway point between energetic highs. It's not bad, just different. Use this time to slow down, reflect, avoid major decisions if you're feeling foggy or reactive. If you were born in May, watch for emotional waves around November. Knowing your rhythm helps you ride the tides instead of being pulled under. Create a monthly ritual based on your birth energy. Let your month guide a recurring ritual, something symbolic, healing, or creative. Examples: born in February, 2. Create a monthly connection ritual, journaling letters to your inner child or checking in with a close friend. Born in September, 9. Dedicate time each month to service, volunteer, mentor, or give back in small ways. Born in June, 6. Have a self-nurturing ritual, a massage, nature walk, or simply a no-guilt rest day. Rituals rewire behavior, and they root us. Keep a birth month journal for 3 years each year. During your birth month, start a fresh page. Write down what you're feeling, what patterns you're noticing, what life seems to be teaching you right now. After 3 years, you'll see uncanny patterns emerge. That's your cycle, your soul's rhythm, and from there, you can begin to live by design, not by default. Which of these tips are you going to try first? Let us know in the comments. And if you already have a ritual based on your birth month, we'd love to hear it. Maybe you've always felt a quiet pull, like there was something significant about your birth month. Not just a date on a calendar, but a symbol, a rhythm, a doorway. Now you know why. Across ancient wisdom and modern science, a single message emerges. Your birth month is not a coincidence. It's a code, a reminder of who you are, and a clue to who you're meant to become. You didn't arrive late. You weren't born too early. You came exactly when you were supposed to, aligned with the energy, lessons, and timing that your soul needed for this lifetime. And now, the question is, what will you do with that knowledge? Because awareness without action is just trivia. But awareness with action? That's transformation. So begin now. Use your birth month as a compass. Let it shape your goals, your rituals, your healing. Let it remind you, when you feel lost, that you're never off path, only being redirected. And if this video opened something inside you, like a spark, a curiosity, a quiet yes, then don't let that fade. Comment your birth month below and tell us what insight hit you the hardest. We read every single one. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video in this series, because we're just getting started decoding the symbols of your life. And if you felt seen today, give this video a like. That small click tells the algorithm this message matters. Until next time, trust the timing, live your code, and never forget, you were born on purpose.